Hey everybody, this is San Diego DF95 team racing event number one. This is, I think, is the first race of the day. I'm doing the drone. No sound, so I'm just going to narrate. Looks like this is, who is this? Hold on. This is Team Orange, Dennis Rogers and Jess Atkinson against Team Bueno, John Rogers, Scott Harris. All four of these guys are very, very, very good sailors. Don't have a time. We've got about 30 seconds left. 20 seconds, actually. 15 seconds. I'm going to pause it here. Okay, so yeah, it's we got about 5 seconds-ish. What ends up happening is, okay, go. Start. Everybody literally hits the mark or fouls. And then they all four of them go around the mark again, although I don't know if red boat Dennis needed to go around, but he did. Okay, so the teams, we got the orange boat and the red boat versus the green boat and the white boat. They're coming up. Now the course, you saw the start line. I'm keeping the drone pretty square to the course, so you can just assume that the windward mark is just down at the south of the screen. I will show it when I need to. I'm just trying to keep the action close. So we got John covering Dennis, green covering red. Scott kind of got stuck out the back end. But like I say, and I will say this many, many times, this is team racing and anything can happen. So we got Jess in the orange boat kind of punched out. Jess, very, very fast sailor. He's camping on John, the green boat, trying to slow him down to get his teammate in the red boat through. Well, meanwhile, Scott in the back is trying to catch up. There's the windward mark there at the bottom of the screen. Jess kind of stalling, trying to get John to slow down too, and it's working. Scott's slowly. Okay, now big lefty there. Jess just decided to oh, nope, he's going to peel back. Now John is kind of holding Dennis out way past ley line to try to get his teammate Scott in the white boat back into the race, which he does. Oh, but Scott hits the mark. Oh, man. I think Scott ends up doing a turn here and comes around. Yeah, exit back in last. So 2v2 team racing, the scoring is easy. Don't be last. Whatever boat is in last place, that team loses. Now John starts taking Dennis wide of the mark to let Scott pass on through. And then they head down towards the leeward mark. You see Jess kind of hanging out up there. Don't want to get too far ahead so he can come back and help if he needs to. But we got a good duel between the green and red boat. The two Rogers brothers going at it. So Team Orange has a 1-3. Team Bueno has a 2-4. So the 2-4 is currently losing, but it's really tight. And they're going to come down to the leeward mark and then end up doing a short reach to the other mark and then come up to the finish line. There, you can see that the two marks that they're going to go around. Jess just kind of meanders in. You see Scott taking it to Dennis. Meanwhile, John can sneak in. So with rule 18.4 turned off, Scott does not need to jibe around the mark. He could just sail as far as he wants. Dennis does a good job at peeling away and keeping it close. He's got an inside overlap on Scott, but Scott's going to take him up, 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 out of the zone, two boat length zone, peels away, no overlap, and off they are. But Dennis still does a good job at keeping it close. So we got Team Orange currently in last. Oh, I think there was probably a foul there. I don't know if they saw it or not. Furious tacking duel between Scott and Dennis. Dennis does get a little breathing room off to the right. John knows he has to come back to help because I think Dennis probably is ahead of Scott there. Oh, nope, Scott's got a nice lefty, so he tacks across. And Team Bueno in the green and white boat, they have a nice, looks like they're going to get to the finish line first, I think. Although it's pretty, one little shift, one lefty, and Dennis in the red boat's going to come across. Okay, there's one end of the finish line. There's the other end. So there's the finish line. You can see they're all three boats are pretty lined up. John comes over to Dennis. Oh, he throws a little starboard on him, on his brother. Oh, I think Dennis tacked a little too close, and that penalty turn is all she wrote for that race. I think that was the first race. Some good action right off the bat. Team Bueno. Okay, so let me pause it. Okay, this next race is Team BS, Mike Schachter and Tom Warren, the two blue boats, versus, that looks like Team Arizona, Rod Sturgis in the black boat and what's Mike's last name? Frusciano in the green boat. I started the footage at about 1 minute to go, so I don't have a countdown, sorry. But I'm trying to get this footage out as soon as I can. But you can kind of tell when the start signal goes. And once again, if you can't see the other mark, just you can assume it's pretty much lateral to it. I've kept the drone pretty much lined up with the pond. There's the two marks, start line. I think we have about 2 seconds left. 2, 1, and gun, go. So the two blue boats get a nice jump. Ooh, and Mike in the green boat gets on the mark. Stalls a bit, has to go back around. And it is in a pretty deep hole. However, like I said, I'll probably say this every race. This is team racing, and anything can happen. Rod in the black boat, you can tell he's been practicing. Oh, throws a little starboard on one of the blue boats. Can't tell who that was. So there's a penalty turn. Allows his teammate to get back into it a little bit. Come on, Mike. But Rod, I think like I was saying, the black boat, Rod Sturgis, he's you can tell he's been practicing, or at least reading or watching some videos, because he's put some good moves. He's really putting the clamp on both. I mean, he's controlling both blue boats pretty handily, but he's got to be careful that they don't get by him, because once the team gets a 1-2, they can just sail fast and sail away. So he's got to make sure he keeps at least one of them behind him, so that he can have a chance of getting his team back into it. Okay, I think I come up the lake here. I might speed this up a little bit. Yeah. Oh, there. Okay, you can see the mark now at the bottom of the screen. Rod has the inside, not nowhere clear near the zone though, but it looks like he probably is going to sail that blue boat off, way, way off to the shore. But actually, he bails out. I think he may have been worried that the other boat could have crossed him. He wanted to keep in touch. So he's luffing him up on the reach leg and pays off. Blue boat gets a penalty as his teammate is trying to come back. This race had a little bit lighter breeze, as you can see. Anybody want to take bets on which team is going to win? I honestly don't remember. I can look at this. Let me look at the scorecard. This is black against purple. Who won black against purple? There's my scorecard. Here we go. Black, purple. Yeah. I'm not going to spoil it, but you should stick around. I'll just tell you that much. So they're heading downwind. I was kind of trying to fly the drone. I think I got distracted here, but now, okay, now I'm back. Sorry. And black guy, black boat rod is kind of protecting that inside, trying to lure that blue boat in. This is going to be a beautiful mark trap right here, I think. And he just sails his guy out. However, green gets trapped too. Green, you needed to jibe sooner. Go. Okay, good. Okay, so now he's going. Rod still has him. So he got his guy back. Nice mark trap. And they're coming across the reach leg, trying to keep that blue boat behind him. Let his teammate in. Nice move, Mike, in the green boat. They all tack to starboard. And Team Arizona in the green and black boat, I think they just sail away here. Coming up the leg. The other blue boat coming down to try to influence, throw a little dirty air. Slow him down a bit. I'll just let you watch it. But this team race event, it was really, really fun. Seriously, it's intense, short races. You're never out of it. If you like match racing, you will love 2v2 team racing. It's like a match race on steroids. Oh, this is what happened. My battery was dying. That's why I got distracted. Yeah, and the drone said I have to come in. I have like 30 seconds of battery left, and spoiler alert, the Team Arizona won that one. Nice comeback. But yeah, I was bummed. I was trying to get the end of the race, and my battery just did not last. Okay. All right, this next race is Team Red, Karim Baran and Pat Nevitt against Team Yellow, the Trap Riders, Dr. Eugene Elliott, Stefan Cohen. We got about 14 seconds left to go before the start. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, let me turn that off here. Okay, so we got Gene in the red boat, kind of got squirted out. So the teams are, let's see, it's the red boat and the teal boat against the orange boat and the kind of multicolored boat. So Gene, one of my fellow Balboa Yacht Club members, we've been practicing our team racing along with team the Blev Bombers, Lembos, and Chuck Simmons. The four of us have been doing a lot of team race practice in these little boats off the dock. And Gene, it shows. He's done some pretty good moves that you'll see in these races today. I think I got some of them. Okay, so they got off the line all pretty clean, all pretty even. Gene finds his teammate in last, so he's going to good move to duck the orange boat. Now you're going to have the starboard advantage coming back. And like I said before, the windward mark is just off screen below us, below the screen there. But I think you'll see it in a second here. Gene in the red boat definitely has a piece of Pat in the orange boat. He has him right where he wants him. I think they're even past the ley line. Yeah, you can see the mark way off to the left there. Gene's just sailing him off, gets his teammate through. Now right there, Gene got a little advanced and Pat was able to tack below him, but Gene still was able to keep control. And now they are all heading down the reach leg, all pretty packed. Stefan gets there first. Gene's in a bit of a hole. Karim does have the inside on all those two, so he's going to hold Gene out a little bit. But Gene is able to squirt. So now Gene wants to sail fast. You see him wiggling here. I think he's trying to jibe to starboard just to get the advantage. But with the wind shift right there, he couldn't quite get he couldn't quite get the jibe in. Managed to avoid the foul. I don't think there was a call on that. But him and his teammate, they have the 1-2 barely. So he just needs to sail fast. I'm going to zoom in here. But I think is that Karim? Yeah, that's Karim, who's definitely an aggressive team racer. Trying to get the squirt on him. They're coming down to the mark. Stefan's just kind of chilling. There's the mark. Karim breaks the overlap. Now he's got Gene controlled, and I think he's going to sail Gene off to try to get his teammate in there. But Gene does a really good job at getting away. Just leaves Karim sitting there. But Pat did in the orange boat. He did get back there. Okay, now Gene got the inside. I think he's going to try to luff him up over the mark, but nope. They're in the zone. Karim's got overlap, calls for room. They all go around the mark. It's a tight race. Stefan's just up in front, hoping Gene can keep control, but Gene, I think, had a little bit of visibility problem there and a couple love taps, and he's doing a circle. And even though this is team racing and anything can happen, I don't know if it does. But Stefan, he knows his teammate's in trouble. So he's going to reach over, and I think he's going towards Pat to try to control him. Where is he? There he is. Okay. So yeah. So he's got, Pat pretty much can't tack without, it'll be a big duck. So Stefan has him pretty good. So Pat just has jibe away, heading toward the line. Let's see. Karim's coming over to help out a little bit. Gene still, if he needs to shift to get across everybody. Oh, but looks like Pat left up Stefan as he's doing a turn. I think they're laying the line at this point. We will see in a second. Oh, nope. Stefan tacks over. It was hard to keep all the boats in the same. There's the one end of the line. There. Okay, now we got all four. I tried to zoom out when I had to, but okay, so Stefan crosses first. I think that one went to okay, hold on. Yep, Team Yellow actually got that. So pretty cool. Okay, next race. This looks like, who is this? This is wait, hold on. Okay, we got about 45 seconds left in this race. Who's it gonna be? Get the drone ready. Okay, it's an orange, two orange boats. I'm gonna pause this and okay, so this is Team Orange, Dennis and Jess Atkinson against Karim and Pat Nevitt. The Red Storm against the Annoying Orange. Got 8 seconds to go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Go. Pretty clean start. Everybody gets off the line. Dennis at the pin. His teammate up on the other side in the orange boat. There's kind of two orange boats. A little confusing, but is what it is. Karim tacks away. Jess covers him. So we got the two pairs. Oh, Karim tacking around. So we got Pat. Okay, Dennis tacking off the shore. Ducks. You always want to duck. You rarely want to lee bow to port tack because then you don't have any. You kind of don't have any outs. Okay, so Dennis throws a starboard tack on Pat, and Pat has to do a circle there. So Jess has Karim nicely controlled there. Heading back towards the inside of the pond here. Nice right shift. Coming up towards the mark. Pat needs to get himself back up in this race. But Karim definitely has Dennis controlled here. Throwing some bad air on them. You can see the mark. You can see they're way off. Just sailing off where, that's the kind of, oop, okay, so Jess throws a little starboard at Karim, and Karim, I don't know if he had to do a turn or just did that anyways, but now Dennis and Jess have the 1-2. And so what they want to do is just sail fast. Sail, go, 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 go. Stay away from the other two boats. 2v2 team racing gets much easier if you have the lead. And these two boats are really fast, so they're just sailing away. Karim is going to do all he can to try to get back in touch with at least one of them. Let's see what happens. See that other boat? There were some recreational RC boats sailing around. We were sharing the pond with them. Oh, the Karim definitely is closed. Jess definitely protecting the starboard, the inside. He's at the zone. He's got it. Nice tactical rounding. Forces Karim outside. Meanwhile, Pat is trying to get back in it. But he needs his teammate Karim to get in touch with one of the two boats in front of him. I don't think he does it. I'm going to speed it up here a little bit. Double time. Team Annoying Orange does. They just sail back or sail off towards the finish line and finish a nice comfortable 1-2. Race almost over. But as you can see, there's just one little shift away from the race not being over. Coming up to the finish line, there it is. Jess crosses. Dennis crosses. Race over. Point goes to orange. All right, next race, I believe, is who is this? That's the green and the black boat. That's Team Dry Heat, Arizona, Rod Sturgis, Mike Fruciano, against El Presidente, Lenny Bowes in the yellow boat, and his teammate, Chuck Simmons, my fellow big boat team race teammate, Balboa Yacht Club. So we have 28 seconds to go to the start. 20. 15. 10. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Go. Somewhere kind of in there. Okay, so they get off the line. Lenny gets off the line nicely. His teammate Chuck, not so much. Got Mike in the green boat, fast off the pin, and then Rod protecting the right, holding on to that starboard tack advantage. You always want to keep that. Now he's going to go cover Chuck. Team racing classic right here. Just, each team trying to win their pair. Lenny's going off with Mike off to the left. Rod covering Chuck off to the right. It's course right, not screen right. Heading up the pond here. So Lenny, Team Bleve Bombers, the Blue Bombers, there it looks like they're in a 1-4, which is a losing combination. So Lenny's setting himself up to set up a mark trap at this next mark zone. You can see him just kind of luffing his sails there, waiting for the black boat. However, right here, Lenny, I don't know what happens here, but you should have called for room there. You had the inside, and he gets left to the wrong side of the mark. Ouchie. I kind of blame that one on the visibility because that mark was a little bit further away from us, a little bit hard to see. But that puts Team Arizona in a comfortable 1-2. And they just sail away here, heading down towards the mark. So Team El Presidente is trying to get back into it. We'll speed it up here a little bit, get that paint drying just a bit faster. Double time. So still got Team Arizona out in front, heading down. But it looks like Lenny's closing, so Rod in the black boat definitely protecting that inside. Getting to the zone, so he gets to the zone first. Back to real speed here. Come around the mark for the reaching leg. And although Arizona does have the comfortable 1-2 lead here, this is team racing and anything can happen. And it does. I'm not telling you who wins, but I'm just telling you it's not over. I mean, right now it looks like it's over. But as you can see, Lenny on the right gets a nice righty and just shoots past Rod in the black boat. And so suddenly Lenny's back in it, and he has a chance. I think he's going to reach down over the green boat. Yep. Try to close on him so the green boat can't tack. And he could get a little closer. Mike did tack clear, but Lenny's definitely has some options here. But he needs to get his teammate back up into it. Team Arizona, the black and green boat, they just want to sail fast, go towards the line. Rod. Okay, there goes Lenny to clamp down on the green boat. However, I think he clamps down a little too hard and boop, boop. Game over. There's the finish line. Mike crosses for the one. Rod covering Chuck crosses. And Team Arizona takes the point. Good race, though. Heading back down to the start line for the next one. See who it is. All right, got about 46 seconds to go before the start. This is Team Bueno, John Rogers, Scott Harris, green boat, white boat versus Dr. Gene Elliott and Stefan Cohen. Gene in the red boat, Stefan in the Miami Vice, teal and pink, the 80s. All right, well, we got 24 seconds to go. This is a good race. I was about to say, I've seen this one before. There's some good lead changes and some good action in this one. 13 seconds, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding. All right, they all get off the line clean. Looks like Stefan has the right side, the starboard tack, nicely covered. Gene is kind of getting pushed out the back by John. Scott heading toward the shore, finding some good speed on the left. So Stefan has John covered pretty nicely here. Let's see what's going to happen. I think John is footing off a little bit, maybe to create some separation. So there he goes. You can see him foot off even more and preparing to tack. Chances are he's just going to call for room here. But we are probably beyond the mark at this point, I'm thinking. Okay, I think he must have called for room. Stefan lets him. And they come back towards the middle. Scott way out in front, trying to make sure his teammate John is comfortable. Gene here in the red boat coming up. Where's the mark? I bet Scott's laying it. There it is, yeah. Okay. So Gene has to get across John there. He barely does. Okay, so it's a 1-3-2-4 with team yellow in the rear. So Gene's sandwiched between the two leaders, and he's got his hands full here. John jibes to starboard. Gene jibes, new overlap, luffing rights, takes him up, while his teammate sails in. Gene lets him off the hook, though. You could have gone back at him. John gets a little puff, kind of squirts out, looks like there. But still, they're last place is they're kind of trading back. And Stefan comes across. John does not want to get trapped, so he gets to the right or left of him downwind, so he can then jibe to starboard, and if he needs to. Gene trying to get in front there. Stefan's going to have a hard time. Yeah, look at John. He's just going to take him out, slowing down. Oh, that nice move. Forces him out. Heading towards the mark. I think he actually even... Nope, he did not want to get trapped. Sometimes it's faster to go slower in team racing. John has a nice rounding. Crosses. Nicely in control now. I believe Scott is a bit further up the leg, just kind of hanging, waiting to make sure John is okay. His teammate, John, gets a nice lift, and they're probably just going to sail straight to the finish line. Not sure where Scott is. Just hanging up there. John does give them a little leverage, although he must have seen that left shift coming, because he has a nice lift to really increase his lead. They're really close to the finish line, I think, now, and John, nice. Connecting the dots, puff to puff. There's the line there. There's Scott. Was waiting for his teammate. Now they're like, yeah, we're good. Stefan even's like, yeah, you guys won. I'm going to get back. I think Stefan was having a tuning problem. Okay, next race. All right, we got about 1:15 to go. Who is the next one? Looks like Team Red, the one team that showed up with a costume. They even got matching masks. Karim Baran, Pat Nevitt, the Red Storm. And looks like this is going to be against Team Bueno. John Rogers, Scott Harris. Scott in the white boat. John in the green boat, Pat in the orange boat, and Karim in the multicolored boat. I think it's the dragon skin. 40 seconds to go. You can see the start line there. A little bit of jostling. 25. It's like Scott trying to hold up Karim on the beyond the start line there. 15. But Karim does a good job of getting out of irons and getting his boat going again. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bing! And they all get off the start line cleanly. Karim immediately tacks off to port. Looking for some right shift over there. Pat kind of is trying to stay on John's hip, see if I prevent him from tacking, but I think John speeds out and looks like he has the cross if needed. Oh, back in the other side of the course, though, Karim is clamped down on Scott. Yep, John has been able to pinch up over Pat. Okay, so we got the two pairs, flip-flop pairs. Bueno winning one pair, Team Red winning the other pair. Close race as they head up the pond. So Karim slowing down a little bit, trying to get that starboard, but John doesn't buy it, doesn't bite, does the right thing and ducks. Now he has the starboard when they come back. And there's the mark. Scott does a nice job at coming in just above ley line. Karim around first, Scott next, John third, and then Pat bring up the rear. Oh, he gets an inside. Scott gets an inside on Karim there. Demands room. I don't know if there's a foul. That looks like there probably was, but I don't know if it was called. We'll see. Yep, there goes the turn from Karim when he can get clear. And that puts Team Bueno in a very comfortable 1-2 as they speed off. You can see they're splitting here a little bit. Nice team race tactic. Kind of cover more of the lake, prevent the other team from getting a big shift and passing. Now you can see the other team splitting off, separating too. So I don't know that if anything happens here, but I thought I'd get some good footage of the two leaders coming in towards the mark. I'm going to speed it up here, double time. As the two leaders, Team Bueno sail. This is a pretty classic team race leg here. You see they're just kind of covering both of their components very comfortably. No leverage allowed. Powering up, John tacks off to cover Karim. Scott stays with Pat. No leverage given. No passing lanes for this team. They just, as you can see here, they flip-flop. Still covering. John he left a little bit he didn't want to finish just in case his teammate needed help, and he didn't. Point to Team Bueno. Nice race. All right, let's head back down to the start line for the next one. Looks like Team Orange versus Team Breve Bombers, Lenny Bowes and Chuck Simmons, in the yellow and white versus Jess Atkinson. In the orange, Dennis Rogers. In the red, we got 35 seconds to go before the start. Trying to see if there's much pre-start action. A lot of circling, but not too many crazy moves. Everybody doing pretty well at preventing the other boat from controlling them. Chuck looking like he's trying to go after Jess a little bit. 3, 2, 1, and gun. All right, so Chuck, oh, he was over early. Ouch. But luckily his teammate Lenny Bowes in the yellow boat does have the lead. And at the moment, at least. So Lenny trying to close on Dennis in the red boat to keep him from tacking. Meanwhile, Chuck heads off to the right to look for a little right shift. So Dennis tacks, ducks. You always want to duck. Lenny tacks right on top of him. Dennis tacks away. What is Lenny going to do? Looking for his teammate. I'm looking for his teammate. It's off there somewhere. Okay, so Jess is lining Lenny up, forces him to duck. Jess tacks, but Jess squirts through to leeward. Meanwhile, Chuck is still struggling to get back in it. Lenny protecting the right and that eventual starboard advantage rather. You see a little rescue boat for some of the recreational fleet going along there. So they're converging on the center, probably close to ley line. Thinking Dennis gets there first. What are they going to do? Dennis and Jess just want to go fast. There's the mark. Yep. So Jess lets them in. Dennis slowing down to force Lenny to go outside just to get a little more distance on him. Meanwhile, Chuck bringing up the rear. So Team Orange, Annoying Orange, has the 1-2. Speed it up here, I think. Do I speed this up? Yeah. Yeah, okay. There we go. So Team Orange sailing away. Speed it up. The action does pick up. Team Lenny does get back into this, but I'm going to have it on double time until we get there. So that paint dries just a little bit faster. Heading down to the leeward reach marks. Dennis and there we go. You see Jess slowing down to let Dennis through. That was a great move. Lenny trailing both of them. Okay, Lenny staying in it though. Tacks away. Jess covers. Chuck bringing up the rear. Good tack by Lenny to not get trapped. So this is a tight race here. Dennis gives a little starboard to Lenny. Once Lenny tacks away, that's the right move. Dennis goes with him. Looking for a shift of some sort to get back in it, which happens right there. You see Lenny gets a nice righty to get in front of Jess, aims down at him, forces him to tack away. Jess probably should have ducked there, the safer move. Now Jess is trapped. Not sure if they're laying the finish line, though. That's the problem. Yep. So, yeah, I think they're going to lay the line. So that was actually the right move by Jess to Lee Bao. Actually, I don't think they're laying it. I think the finish line's off to the other side. Dennis comes down, clamps down on. Oh, yeah, they were laying it. So, okay. Forget everything I just said. Good move by Jess. Team Orange gets the point. And I fly the drone back to my home base as PRO Chris Stagger jogs back to the command center. There's me. But shout out to Chris, man. He worked his butt off. No breaks. A lot of pre-prep to get all the starting grid and the matchups, the round robins, all lined up. There's my Crocs. And beautiful day at the pond. But like I was saying, big shout out to Chris Stagger. Put a lot of effort into this, and it showed. He ran a wreck. Okay, next race. What do we got? Okay, actually, okay, we got about 55 seconds left. Okay, so what happened here? We've got 6 boats on the water. You'll see there's 3 teams because after the first round robin, there was a 3-way tie for the teams, I think 4, 5, and 6. And that tie needed to be broken in order to set up the final uh, elimination bracket. So they decided Chris PRO staggered, pulled an audible and decided to do a 3-way team race, all 6 boats on the water. Team race rules. It'll be scored kind of like a fleet race, though. Lowest combination score wins. And here we go. So we got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bing! And look who is just stuck. Who's that? Must be Pat. I think that's Pat Nevitt. In irons, we got Team Arizona in the black leading the charge off to the right. With I think that's looks like Gene in the red boat hipped up on him. I might play this one in high speed actually, because not a whole lot happens. At least on this leg. Okay, I got it on double speed here. All the boats heading up. They'll converge. Kind of, everybody's kind of acting like a fleet race. They all want to go fast, not get too far behind, but a lot of tacking on the other teams. A lot of wind shadow throwing. Got a couple boats tangled up in the back there. But okay, they come around the mark. Stuff on first, Rod second. Looks like Pat got himself back into it to round third. 1 boat from each team in the lead there, followed by Green. Who was Green? Oh, Mike Forciano from Arizona. So right now, probably Team Arizona is winning this race with a 2-4. But it looks like Stefan has other thoughts. He luffs him up. Tries to sail him off to try to get his teammate back into it. Who is his teammate? Pat? No. So we still have 1 boat from each of the 3 teams in the lead while their teammates are trying to catch up to get back up in there. You can see Pat, throwing a little starboard. Rod has to jibe away. Nice move. Stefan gets to the mark first. We got Team Yellow first, then that's Pat. Team Red Storm, followed by Team Purple Arizona, and with his teammate Mike in the green boat. All right, I'll have it on double time here for the rest of this race. Some good tacking, some good boat speed, a few nasty tactics to get them up. But at the end of this race, I'm going to spoil it here. This was, like I said, this was to seed. Well, after the first round robin, the top 3 teams got right into the finals. And then to get to the 4th team, they had a 5-boat sail off. However, to seed that sail off, it was a tie, so they had to break tie. So this race is to break the tie. And after this race, we had Team Purple winning to get the number 1 seed in the knockout round. And then followed by Team Yellow, the 2nd seed, and then Team Red for the final scene. This is the first race of the knockout round. The bottom two teams, 7 and 8, race against each other. We got 45 seconds to go. This is Team Black, which is Mike Schachter and Tom Warren in the blue boats, versus Lenny Bowes and Chuck Simmons in Team the Blava Bombers, Team Blue, but yellow boat, white boat. So it's the yellow and the white against the 2 blue boats Got 23 seconds to go. This is sudden death. Go big or go home. Winner moves on. The loser starts to pack up, rinse off his boat. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bing! Nice start. Chuck gets a port tack. Nicely done. Gets across. Now we'll have the starboard tack now. And Lenny controlling, that looks like Tom in the one blue boat. He's just going to camp on him, I bet. No breathing room at all. Lenny and Chuck had a few problems during the day with some breakages, topping lifts coming off, elastics coming off, winches getting unspooled, but can they sail a mistake-free race? I don't know. We will see. So I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was a foul or not. I don't know if it called for room. But whatever it was, it didn't work out nicely because Lenny just sails away. Where's his teammate? Heading back towards the middle. He is given, I think that's Mike in the blue boat. Here comes Chuck. Found some nice air on the left, on the course right there. Looks like he's lining up that, yep, he's called starboard. Mike has to tack away. Chuck wants to get back towards the mark to get into that zone, which he does here. Here he goes. Now he's got Mike lined up. He's going starboard. Ooh, tacks away. Clean sailing. Very aggressive. Nice move by Chuck. But it's a 1-3. Oh, they must have called a foul on that. I guess. Oh, because Chuck did tack away. That's right. Chuck had to avoid. So my bad. However, Lenny finds himself back with those two. Definitely vulnerable, but he squeezes off. Squeezes in front. Is able to get there. Oh, barely gets across the nose. I'm going to zoom in on these two boats here to see what they're doing. Oh, ooh, okay. Lenny tries to luff him up on starboard, but he's able to keep his bow clear. Definitely ganging up on the Lenny. But Lenny's got luffing rights, I think. I didn't see how the overlap was established, but I'm pretty sure he's got luffing rights. But does he need to luff? He's got the inside. He's got starboard advantage if he needs it. You know, he's kind of right where he wants to be. So he just needs to sail fast. Chuck is waiting in case he needs to. Nice move. Never leave your wingman. But Lenny gets to the zone, no overlap. He can sail how he wants. But those other two boats are there, or at least one of them was. I think that was Tommy. Tommy didn't have a great day. Tommy was drafted this morning because Mike's teammate, Jim Black, had to take care of his dog. So Tom was drafted into this. Tom wanted to just watch today. So he had to sail these boats, and he would have much rather been in his IOM as he practices his irons move. So I believe this race is probably put to bed, but we're going to stay with it because it's sudden death, and it is team racing, and anything can happen. We are going to speed it up here a little bit just to, because this race essentially is over. Coming up towards the finish line, Lenny Bowes and Chuck Simmons live to sail another day. Team Bleve. All right, what's next? Way to go, Lenny and Chuck. Could that be a foreshadowing of what's to come? They knock off the 7th seed. Okay, this is Team Red against Team Yellow. This is the other side of the knockout bracket. There's Stefan in the teal Miami Vice boat. His teammate Gene Elliott, Dr. Gene Elliott in the red 48. And there's Karim with his teammate Pat Nevitt in the orange boat down there. I don't know where's Gene. So we got about 26 seconds to go. Once again, this is knockout round. Loser goes home. The winner faces the winner of the other side of the knockout bracket. There's a red boat. There's Gene. Okay, we got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bing! All right, they get off the line. They're missing somebody. There goes Stefan. I think he had another boat problem. I got this in double time already, just because even though this is team racing, not a lot hope happens in this one. But at least you can see Karim really pointing his boat nicely. Just lifted off both those guys. Pat giving Gene a bit of the business. Meanwhile, Gene's partner, Stefan, is struggling to get back into it. Needs to find some sort of a shift. But Team Red, the Red Storm, they round 1 and 2 and are just going to sail away. Stefan did get back into it, but they need to get up in there. They need to get in touch with those two boats in front of them, and I don't think it happens. But I'll let you watch the race in 2x speed just in case something does happen. I think Krim gets the mark first, then Pat, then Stefan any second now there, followed by Gene. But this is not looking good for the Trap Rioters, Team Yellow. As the Red Storm storms up the final leg, it's Karim, the Mighty 87, along with his teammate, have the whole pond nicely covered as they power up towards the finish line any second now, which will set up a final race, I believe, between... No, actually, no, we still have one more race on the other side of the bracket as I come in for a fresh battery. Okay, this sets up one more race for Team Blave Bombers, Lenny Bose, Chuck Simmons. Can they keep their Cinderella story going? So this is Team Arizona, the black and green boat, Rod Sturgis and Mike Fruciano. Versus the yellow boat, Lenny Bose. Got 29 seconds to go. And Chuck Simmons in the white, 25. Sudden death. The winner of this race will face the Red Storm, I believe, to see who makes it into the top 4 final round. 10 seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bing! All right, they get off the line. Chuck and Lenny together over by the pin. Rod in the black boat in the middle. His teammate, Green, Mike, did not get off the line too cleanly. Lenny and Chuck need to separate a little bit so that they don't start covering each other. But Lenny's trying to climb up to see if he can get across. He wants to get across the black boat. And it looks like he's got a nice puff, and currently looks like he could cross. It's hard to judge from there, but here we go. Let's see if he does. Yep. Nice. Okay, that's what he needed. But Rod still has a piece of Chuck. However, Rod tacks away. Not sure why. There's the mark. Mike gets a nice righty, putting the white boat Chuck in last, I think. See what Chuck. Oh, nope. Chuck's got the cross. Oh, that was key right there. So Lenny setting up a trap. Double trap. I think Chuck should have ducked there. However, Chuck lured boat. Ooh, okay. I don't know how. Okay. You're gonna have to rewind that a few times. I'm not gonna do it. I know Rod. Yeah, I think Rod was at fault there. Rod gets a couple of turns. Now you see it. You'll see his mistake. So Rod, okay, he did his turns, but Rod already rounded the mark, so he's rounding it again. He must have lost track if had he been around the mark. Had he had just gone straight, he would have been still in touch with Lenny. So we got a 1-3 versus a 2-4. Mike in the green boat needs to come back and make something happen. Otherwise, it's time to go home all the way to Arizona. That's going to be a long drive. They can't win this race. Actually, Mike has worked himself into the lead. It's going to probably set up a mark trap here. Oh, it doesn't look like he's going to. Just sails around the mark. Followed by Chuck. Followed by Lenny, El Presidente in the white boat. Mike trying to trap Chuck, but Chuck is not buying it. He just ducks him and goes right on through. So Mike tries his hand at giving Lenny the business. Meanwhile, Rod in the black boat is trying to catch back up. Mike has a good position. He's going to have starboard tack coming off the shore there. Compressed. Oh, but he gets himself stuck in irons. Ouch, as Lenny doesn't and sails away. Could this be? Could the Cinderella story continue? Can Chuck and Lenny keep their march of victory? They are letting the other team have some leverage here. Where's Chuck? Chuck has him covered as they march up towards the finish line. I mean, so far, Lenny and Chuck, they started the second round here at the bottom. They were the last ranked team, and they are about to knock off I think the fourth place team. There goes Chuck across the line. Looks like Lenny will safely get himself across the line. And they do. They do it, setting up a final showdown between Team Blue and Team Red for the final spot into the top 4 round to see who's going to go home with the trophy. Lenny and Chuck sail back down to the start line for the next race. I believe it's against Red Storm, Karim and Pat. If not, I'm not going to go back and edit it. You can just ignore what I said. So coming up is the final race in the knockout round of the bottom 5 boats to see who joins the top 3 boats to make the top 4 for the final round. Okay, here we go. All right, we got 55 seconds to go. Yes, it is Team Red Storm, Karim Baran, Pat Nevitt, versus Team the Blevy Bombers, Lenny Bowes, Chuck Simmons. The winner of this moves on to the final round. The loser goes home. And I'm not going to tell you who wins here, but this is the last race that I recorded because after this, it was the final rounds and I had my hands full. So we got 28 seconds, 27, 26. White boat, yellow boat versus orange boat and multicolored boat. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chuck had to spin at the pin. That didn't help. Lenny's in. Irons. Oh no. Not looking good for El Presidente as Team Red storms away. Lenny has a big hole to dig out of. But what have I always said? This is team racing, and anything can happen. And it just might. Okay, we got Karim in first, tacking right onto Chuck to cover, slow him down, get his teammate through. Pat ducks wisely, gets the starboard. They just want to sail fast, get away, keep Lenny in the back. So Chuck tacking off. Looks like he's going to try to come into the zone on starboard to try to hold back the orange boat, Pat, to get his teammate Lenny back into it. Meanwhile, Karim in front is going to try to spoil those plans. So we will see how successful Chuck can be at a mark trap. I know he can do it in big boats. He's done it to me over and over. Looks like Karim's coming to the mark first. He's probably going to just sail on. Chuck does not look like he's stopping. Nope. Maybe he's going to save his move for later. Although Pat looked like he was coming in. Oh, that's right. This is what happens. Pat was coming in a nice strong ley line, except gets himself stuck in irons. Ouch. Ouchie. Try not to hit the mark. Or Lenny. Lenny comes in, sails around him. Pat is in trouble. Didn't even lay the mark. He's got to spin around. Meanwhile, Lenny sails away. The other boats are well down the course. Lenny's scooting. I don't know if Pat's around the mark yet. So suddenly, let's see. So Karim gets to the mark first, and he's hanging. He's going to wait. He's going to see if he can set up a mark trap against Chuck, but Chuck's not having it. He's going to wait too. He's like, I don't need to be there. I'm just going to wait for you, man. Good move. Chuck's going to do his best at just staying behind. Don't get an overlap. If you get an overlap, you can get hooked. Cover from behind. Nice move by Chuck. Meanwhile, Lenny's probably coming down the course. Yep. I'm not sure where Pat is. Do you think he might get back into this? Do you think this is team racing? Where anything can happen? And it usually does? I mean, if you look at it now, you would not think this is going to come down to a really close finish. But that one move right there by Lenny, I don't know why he... Oh, okay, yeah, he was trying to stay to the right of Pat, the orange boat. A lot of irons. High risk move there by Karim to barely get the cross, but Lenny sails through his lee and has clear air. Doesn't have the cross, though. I think Chuck's just kind of sailing back and forth just in case Lenny needs help. Which Lenny currently, Chuck has to come down and help out Lenny because Lenny is boxed out. Yep, big time. But right there, Karim sails right by him, giving Lenny the ability to tack away, although Lenny was a little slow. Lee bows the orange boat. That looked like a foul. I don't know who fouled who. Looks like, yeah, the orange. It's hard to tell if it was technically close or not. And I think that puts it away. Lenny gets across I mean, it's still anybody's race. Looks like Chuck just crossed the line. Lenny's got to get a Krem's trying to do anything he can to slow Chuck down, but it's not enough. And Chuck gets across the line for the Bleve Bombers. Get themselves into the final. Cinderella story. They come from 8th place, the bottom of the heap, to knock off all the other boats teams to get into the top 4. They knock off Team Orange to win 3rd place overall. Well, really nice comeback for those guys. And then my team, Team Green, me and Larry, we were able to beat John and Scott to take the victory. It was a lot of fun. All right, ciao. Boy with a Dream out.